Ma'am, these are the consequences you have to face. He's not coming back. You're not getting with him. He's done. You disrespected this man to the core.
Subject: a heartfelt confession and apology. Dear True Story, I hope this message finds you well. My name is Sarah, and I recently discovered your YouTube channel, True Story, where you share stories from men around the world who have experienced the pain of infidelity. One video that particularly resonated with me was titled, I Walked In and Found Them Together. Stumbling upon your channel was both eye-opening and humbling. Like many, I held the belief that men were more often the perpetrators of infidelity. However, hearing the heartfelt accounts from men who have been betrayed made me realize the depth and prevalence of this issue. It also highlighted the resilience and capacity for forgiveness that many men possess, a trait I had previously attributed more to women. I want to extend my deepest apologies to every man who has shared his story of betrayal. While I cannot undo the pain caused by others, I empathize deeply with the hurt and devastation that infidelity brings. I believe that many of those who have strayed, me included, would take back their actions in an instant if given the chance. The reason I'm reaching out is to share my own story, a confession of my betrayal and the profound regret that followed. I hope that by sharing this, I can offer some insight into the complexities of human behavior and perhaps find a path toward personal redemption. My story. Dubby and I met during our college years. He was studying engineering, and I was pursuing a degree in literature. Our connection was immediate, and we quickly became inseparable. After graduation, we married and settled into a comfortable routine. Dubby secured a demanding job at a reputable firm, often working long hours, while I chose to be a stay-at-home wife, preparing for the family we planned to start. Our life seemed idyllic, but looking back, I can see the cracks that began to form. Dubby's demanding job meant he was often exhausted, and our communication started to wane. I missed the intimacy and attention we once shared, but I never voiced these feelings, fearing they would burden him further. One weekend, we noticed a leak in our bedroom ceiling. Dubby was adamant about finding a repair service that could address the issue promptly. After several calls, he found a contractor who agreed to come by for an estimate. The only catch was that the contractor, whom I'll refer to as Mr. X, could only come during the week. Dubby was hesitant since he couldn't take time off work, but I assured him I could handle the appointment. When Mr. X arrived, he was polite and professional. I showed him the leak, and he began his assessment. As he worked, he engaged me in light conversation, asking about our home and our plans for the future. I didn't think much of it at the time, appreciating the friendly demeanor. However, as the minutes passed, his comments became more personal. He complimented my appearance and made remarks that, in hindsight, were inappropriate. I felt a mix of flattery and discomfort, but didn't know how to address it. I laughed off his comments, attributing them to harmless flirtation. After completing his assessment, Mr. X mentioned he needed to check the exterior of the house. I led him outside, and as we stood near the side of the house, he leaned in and kissed me. I was taken aback, my mind racing with confusion and guilt. Instead of stopping him, I found myself reciprocating. One thing led to another, and we ended up in an intimate encounter right there. The weight of my actions hit me immediately afterward. I felt a deep sense of shame and betrayal toward Dubby. I wanted to confess, but fear paralyzed me. I convinced myself it was a one-time lapse in judgment and vowed never to let it happen again. However, secrets have a way of surfacing. A week later, Dubby confronted me. He had noticed discrepancies in the repair invoice and decided to call the company. Through that conversation, he discovered that Mr. X had been inappropriate with other clients. Dubby's intuition led him to question me. and I couldn't lie to his face. I broke down and confessed everything. The pain in Dubby's eyes is something I will never forget. He was devastated, angry, and felt utterly betrayed. Our arguments were intense, filled with hurtful words and accusations. He questioned my love for him, and I had no adequate defense. I had shattered the trust we built over years in a single moment of weakness. Despite my pleas for forgiveness, Dubby couldn't move past the betrayal. He filed for divorce, and the proceedings were emotionally draining for both of us. Our lawyers went back and forth, discussing assets and alimony. My lawyer argued for spousal support, citing my role as a homemaker and our plans for children. Dubby's lawyer countered, emphasizing the infidelity and its impact on the marriage's dissolution. In the end, the court awarded me 1 year of alimony, which Dubby paid up front. While the financial support was there, the emotional void was immeasurable. I moved in with my mother, who, despite her disappointment, provided a shoulder to lean on. I attempted to reach out to Dubby multiple times, sending letters and messages, but he remained distant. Here's one. Subject: my deepest apology and plea for reconciliation. Dear Dubby, I hope this letter finds you in good health. I am writing to you with the heart weighed down by the gravity of my actions and the pain I have caused you. There are no words to adequately express the depth of my remorse, but I am compelled to try, hoping that you might understand the sincerity of my apology. Acknowledgement of my betrayal. I betrayed your trust in the most egregious manner by being unfaithful. The incident with the repairman was not just a lapse in judgment, but a profound failure on my part to honor the vows we took together. I take full responsibility for my actions and the hurt they have inflicted upon you. Understanding the pain I've caused, I can only begin to imagine the pain, humiliation, and sense of betrayal you must have felt upon discovering my infidelity. The image of that moment haunts me daily, and I am tormented by the knowledge that I am the cause of your suffering. You placed your trust in me, and I shattered it. For that, I am deeply and unequivocally sorry. No excuses, only regret. There is no justification for what I did. While I could attempt to explain the circumstances or my state of mind, it would not change the fact that I made a conscious decision that was utterly wrong. I was weak, selfish, and thoughtless. I failed you as a partner and as a friend. I regret my actions more than words can convey. Commitment to change. Since that day, I have taken a hard look at myself and recognized the need for profound personal growth. I have begun attending individual therapy sessions to understand the underlying issues that led me to betray you. Through this process, I am learning about my flaws and working diligently to become a better, more trustworthy person. Steps toward rebuilding trust. I understand that words alone cannot mend the damage I've done. Actions are necessary to demonstrate my commitment to change and to you. If you are willing, I propose the following steps to begin the healing process. Open communication. I am ready to have honest and transparent conversations with you, answering any questions you may have and addressing your feelings and concerns. Couples counseling. I believe that seeking professional guidance together could help us navigate the complexities of this situation and provide us with tools to rebuild our relationship. Establishing boundaries. I am committed to setting and respecting boundaries that will help you feel safe and valued in our relationship. Demonstrating fidelity. I will take deliberate actions to prove my loyalty and dedication to you, ensuring that my behavior consistently aligns with my promises. Understanding your perspective. Dubby, I know that forgiveness is not something I can demand or expect. You have every right to feel anger, sadness, and distrust toward me. Your feelings are valid, and I respect whatever decision you make regarding our future. I only ask that you consider the possibility of allowing me to make amends and show you that I am capable of being the partner you deserve. Reflecting on our journey, our relationship has been filled with moments of joy, love, and mutual support. I cherish the memories we've created together and the bond we've shared. It pains me deeply to know that my actions have put all of that in jeopardy. I miss the connection we had, the laughter, the shared dreams, and the simple, everyday moments that made our relationship special. My pledge to you. I pledge to you, with all sincerity, that I am committed to doing the hard work required to rebuild what has been broken. I am willing to be patient, to face the discomfort of confronting my shortcomings, and to earn back your trust, no matter how long it takes. You are the most important person in my life, and I am determined to prove that to you through consistent, loving actions. Hopes for the future. While I understand that the path to reconciliation is uncertain, I hold hope in my heart that we can find our way back to each other. I believe that our love is strong enough to withstand this storm, but I also recognize that it will require effort, understanding, and time. If you are willing, I would like nothing more than to embark on this journey of healing together. Final thoughts. Dubby, I am profoundly sorry for the pain I have caused you. I take full responsibility for my actions and the consequences that have followed. My love for you remains steadfast, and my desire to make things right is unwavering. I understand that forgiveness is a gift that only you can grant, and I am prepared to earn it through humility, honesty, and consistent effort. Please take all the time you need to process your feelings and decide what is best for you. Regardless of the outcome, please know that I will always cherish the time we've spent together and hold you in the highest regard. With deepest regret and enduring love, the finality of our divorce became evident when I received a notice that he had sold our home and moved to another city. It was a painful realization that our chapter had truly ended. Reflections. The past year has been a journey of introspection and self-discovery. I've sought therapy to understand the root of my actions and to ensure I never repeat such a mistake. Through this process, I've realized the importance of communication in a relationship. Had I voiced my feelings of loneliness and sought connection with Dubby, perhaps things would have been different. I've also come to understand that while external factors can influence decisions, ultimately, our actions are our own. I take full responsibility for my betrayal and the pain it caused. A message to Dubby. Dubby, if by some chance you come across this message, I want you to know that not a day goes by without me regretting my actions. You were my partner, my confidant, and I failed you in the worst possible way. I understand that forgiveness may be too much to ask, but I hope you find happiness and peace in your life. You deserve nothing less. Conclusion. Sharing this story is not easy, but I believe in the power of vulnerability and honesty. To those who have been betrayed, I offer my deepest apologies and hope that my story serves as a cautionary tale. To those who have betrayed, I urge you to seek understanding and make amends where possible. Thank you for taking the time to read my story. I hope it provides some insight into the complexities of human relationships and the profound impact of our choices. Hello, follow-up email. I hope this message finds you well. I wanted to provide an update since my last email and share some personal challenges I've been facing, as well as my intentions moving forward. Financial struggles post-divorce. After the divorce, Dubby paid the alimony in a lump sum, which, in hindsight, may not have been the best arrangement for me. I've always struggled with managing finances, and having a significant amount of money at once became more of a burden than a relief. The temptation and external pressures led me to make decisions I'm not proud of. Family obligations and financial missteps. Shortly after receiving the alimony, my cousin approached me with a business proposition. He was passionate and persuasive, painting a vivid picture of a promising venture that required initial capital. He assured me that this investment would yield substantial returns, promising to repay me triple the amount. Wanting to support family and enticed by the potential gains, I provided him with a significant portion of my funds. Simultaneously, my mother became aware of my financial situation. She began requesting assistance for various expenses, both essential and non-essential. As her daughter, I felt an obligation to help, and thus more of my funds were allocated to her needs. Current financial situation. Now I find myself in a precarious financial position. The business venture with my cousin hasn't materialized as promised, and the funds I provided are unlikely to be recovered. My mother's requests have continued, and my savings have dwindled faster than anticipated. Reflecting on these decisions, I recognize the need to establish boundaries and prioritize my financial well-being. A plan to reconnect with Dubby. Amidst these challenges, I've come to realize the depth of my feelings for Dubby and the gravity of my past mistakes. I am determined to make amends and, if possible, rebuild our relationship. Here's my plan. Personal growth and counseling. I have enrolled in individual therapy sessions to address my past behaviors and understand the underlying issues that led to my infidelity. This step is crucial for my personal development and to ensure I don't repeat past mistakes. Financial responsibility. Recognizing my shortcomings in financial management, I am attending financial literacy workshops. My goal is to become self-sufficient and demonstrate to Dubby that I can be a responsible partner. Open communication. I intend to write a heartfelt letter to Dubby, acknowledging my mistakes, expressing my remorse, and outlining the steps I've taken towards self-improvement. I will respect his boundaries and give him the space to process my words. Seeking mediation. If Dubby is open to it, I would like to engage in mediated conversations facilitated by a professional. This would provide a safe environment for us to express our feelings and discuss the possibility of reconciliation. Rebuilding trust. I understand that trust is earned over time. I am prepared to be patient and consistent in my actions, showing Dubby through my behavior that I am committed to change. Respecting his decision. Ultimately, the choice lies with Dubby. While I hope for a second chance, I will respect his feelings and decision, understanding that he may choose not to rekindle our relationship. I share this with you not only to update you on my journey, but also in the hope that others might learn from my experiences. Infidelity has far-reaching consequences, and the path to redemption is neither quick nor guaranteed. However, with genuine effort, self-reflection, and a commitment to change, I believe it's possible to find healing and perhaps forgiveness. Thank you for taking the time to read my story. Your platform has provided solace to many, and I appreciate the opportunity to share my journey. Warm regards, Sarah. Update subject. Request for live interview and personal update. Dear True, I hope this message finds you well. Since our last correspondence, my life has taken several unexpected turns, and I wanted to share these developments with you. Additionally, I would like to inquire about the possibility of participating in a real-time interview on your channel to discuss my experiences. Request for live interview. Your platform has provided solace and understanding to many who have faced complex relationship challenges. Sharing my story in a live format could offer a candid perspective on the repercussions of infidelity, personal growth, and the unforeseen paths life can take. If you're open to this, please let me know how we might arrange it. Recent developments. In the midst of navigating post-divorce life and financial strains, I discovered that I am pregnant. This revelation has added layers of complexity to my current situation, especially considering the circumstances surrounding the conception. Meeting someone new. Seeking companionship and perhaps a fresh start, I joined the Hinge dating app. There, I connected with a man named Jay, who seemed genuine and kind. Our conversations flowed effortlessly, and after a week of messaging, we decided to meet in person. Our first date was at a cozy cafe downtown. Jay was charming, attentive, and made me feel valued, a feeling I hadn't experienced in a long time. We discussed our interests, dreams, and past experiences, and I felt a genuine connection. Mother and baby. Our second date was equally enchanting. We attended a local art exhibit, followed by dinner at a quaint restaurant. Throughout the evening, I found myself thinking, Dubby who? It seemed as though I was finally moving forward, the revelation and its aftermath. A few weeks after our second date, I realized I was pregnant. Believing in honesty, I decided to share this news with Jay, hoping we could navigate the situation together. However, upon revealing my pregnancy, Jay became distant. Messages went unanswered, calls were ignored, and eventually he vanished from my life. Seeking answers, feeling abandoned, and seeking closure, I decided to find Jay. Using an online service, I located his residence and went to speak with him. To my astonishment, his wife answered the door. She was unsurprised by my presence and revealed that Jay had a history of infidelity. She expressed exhaustion from confronting him about his affairs and seemed resigned to his behavior. Facing difficult decisions. Now, I am confronted with a profound decision, whether to keep the child. My heart leans toward keeping the baby, but my financial situation is precarious. Without stable income and support, I fear for the well-being of my child. Seeking support. Understanding the gravity of my situation, I have begun exploring resources available for single, expectant mothers. Programs like Medicaid offer assistance to pregnant women, providing essential medical coverage during and after pregnancy. Additionally, organizations such as Catholic Charities provide counseling and support services for women facing unplanned pregnancies. Furthermore, Ohio offers specific programs for pregnant women and families with limited income to access healthcare services. I am in the process of applying for these programs to ensure both my child and I receive the necessary care and support. Conclusion. Life has presented me with unforeseen challenges, but I am determined to face them with resilience and hope. Sharing my story on your platform could shed light on the complexities of human relationships and the strength required to navigate them. Thank you for considering my request. I look forward to the possibility of collaborating with you.
In his home, where he allowed you to stay home and not work to prepare for having children. And then I'm upset that he had to pay you alimony. It was temporary, but guys, it is not worth it. They are in it for the money only. They want your money, not you. They don't care about you. Love, forget about it. Just forget about it. It's not there, man. Guys, it's not worth it. If you want to send in a story, send it to truestorynation@gmail.com. Here, I'll put it on the screen. That is truestorynation@gmail.com. I'm going to catch you guys at the next one. Just for